Hey guys, what's going on? Andy Elliott. Okay, so this is going to be super cool. By the way, I'm going to tell you this. I'm here with Rise USA right now.
Let's go, boss. Let's go.
This is going to be awesome, and they're going to talk to you guys real quickly, but I want to intro this, just like total transparency. I've built a really big business really fast. A lot of people are like, man, how did you do that? We've been able to do what most people couldn't do in 30 lifetimes, and we've done it in about 3 years. I would tell you, if you listen closely, I think that you could probably do it in a year. Imagine that. One year, totally transform, change everything in your life. These guys are dangerous and deadly in the martial arts space, okay? And I'm going to let them explain that because they're the experts in that field. I'm not. But if you take how to grow a great business, how to dominate social media, how to build a brand, literally how to scale, how to have purpose. Their purpose is martial arts industry. And then you take how to build a business, which is like making money. Purpose and money, oh my gosh, heaven on earth. We are doing an event at the Lion's Den in February that I would love all of you to attend, but I want to tell you about it. By the way, when they start talking, and I want to say this, if they start talking about the martial arts, like what this is going to be,
Right. Yeah.
who's this for, what this will do for you, and obviously tell a little bit about y'all's story. Some of you have been waiting to meet me. You're like, dude, I want to meet you. I want to roll with you. This is the time. Come during the martial arts stuff. Come when you're with me. Like, let's just do all of it together. Even if you're like, dude, I sell real estate. Come to the martial arts deal. Come meet me. Come spend time with us. I promise you, you'll leave away with $1 million in ideas. But if you're in the martial arts space, or if you love martial arts, MMA or anything, one day you're like, dude, I should open my own deal. Listen up. They're going to tell you how to do it. That's what this event is about, is that if you're already in the space, how to blow it up. And then number two, if you've always wanted to get in, how to get in and what to do first.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you kick it off a little
Let's do
bit
it.
with us. Tell us who is Rise Up USA, and let's rip.
All right, so I'm Aaron Hensley. I'm a 7th degree black belt under Chuck Norris. This is Cameron Smith. He's the black belt, multi-time school teacher of the year, manager of the year. And I started martial arts when I was 2 years old. Didn't have a choice.
That's crazy.
Didn't have a choice. My dad was like, this is what we're doing. My dad started martial arts when he was 13, when it was Bruce Lee movies, doing it literally in the backyard. And he knew when he was going to have kids, that was going to be the communication. Some people are baseball families. We were going to be a karate family. So had no choice to do it. I didn't really love it, to be honest with you. I loved what it made me feel like. So when I was in school, I grew up in an area that was mostly black. I was in South Carolina and Georgia area. And I used to have red hair, had more hair back in the day. And
You're a ginger.
I was a ginger. So I got picked on for being white and for being redhead and for being overweight when I was younger. And for doing karate, because it wasn't the cool thing at the time.
Right.
When I stepped into the martial arts school, I transformed. I became a superhero. And what I learned was I could use my mind. I wasn't an athlete. My dad was. But I could use my mind to manipulate myself when I was a young kid. So I could out-train anybody. So most kids, there wasn't a lot of kids doing martial arts back in the time, but most kids would do an hour class. I do 4 hours, 5 hours. Because I knew I was going to have to outwork anybody. And that I didn't know about Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000-hour rule, but I was doing that work then.
Yeah.
And so I've resonated with that when I was real young because I was able to keep manifesting that in my life. And Cameron, who's been training since he was 9 years old, same thing. Cameron kind of was a misfit kid. And martial arts does attract a lot of kids who maybe weren't the star athlete. And so got started.
Instills discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And particularly because it's not performance-based.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're not trying to hurry and win to a game.
Right.
You have this ability, you can do something lifelong. I'm 43 years old, so I've been doing it 41 years.
It's amazing.
I've been in black belt now for 31 years. So yeah, you can do this. And got started, and eventually graduated high school at 15. Started college young. Did not want to do this as a career. I wouldn't do anything but that, honestly, because that was what my dad was doing. And I wanted to prove I'm my own man type thing.
Yeah.
And while I was in college, the person I was engaged to, you're talking about having the right woman in your life, told me, hey, you're not going to ever make enough money. You're not going to make enough money to provide the life we want doing martial arts. I was in love. I gave up martial arts. 6 months later, I'm angry all the time, quick to snap. I lost my tribe. And I was like, you know what? I'm in the wrong relationship if you're trying to pull the one thing. By the way, guess how we met?
Yeah.
Guess how we met, right? So went back home, left that relationship, went back home, had to apologize to my family because I had pushed everyone away during this time. And I was like, you know what? It was
part of growing up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And what I recognized during that time was what I loved about martial arts wasn't just the physical doing it. It's the tribe, the people. I felt home. And when I was helping people through martial arts, it's my church.
That's huge.
And I was
ministry.
like, it was. And I was like, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. And so then it was time to be intentional about it. And so went from helping my dad run a school. Fast forward to several years later, opened my own, became very successful, did about $1 million in business in annual, second year in business. Only employee in my company.
Wow.
The town was 30,000 people. Average family income was 50,000. I was doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Did what most people think is the next progression is, well, I got to open another one.
Yeah.
I was not a business owner. I owned a job.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had 3 schools, made less money.
Mm.
I was not good at managing people. I was just a bad manager, bad business owner. I was good as my employee of my own company, but I didn't know how to operate people that way. And then I took some time, and I basically said, you know what? I can't keep doing this because I'm going to lose my marriage. I'm going to lose my kids. I'm going to lose my business. And so I sold off 2 of those schools, got back down to 1, and said, I'm with intent, I'm going to learn how to be a business owner.
Mm.
And I won't open another store again until I figure that out.
That's great.
And fast forward to 2 years ago, sold my company with 24 locations, 6 different states. He's right now to my left, but he's my right-hand man.
Yeah.
And been with me for 17 years, I guess now, all through this whole course.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And so
you sold them, and now you're back on the hunt.
100%.
In this new journey.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yeah, so you saw how quick you can get something. You said 3 years you built this. Now I figure you can do it probably in a year.
Yeah.
What I love about the event we're doing here is not only am I going to be teaching people how I did what I've done, but how I'm going to do it even better and faster this time. It's not going to take me 15 years to get where I was at. I'm going to do it in 12 months.
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the podcast. As you're hearing us talk about this daily, I was going to say, actually 2-day event that's going to be life-changing if you're in the martial arts space. You want to get in and crush it and kill it, or you're already in and you're just like, man, I want to create this to be the greatest business ever, heaven on earth, super profitable, and have a massive purpose. Guys, there's going to be a link below. If you go down to the description box, okay, down on the bottom of this YouTube video, there's going to be a little link. Just fill out your information, make sure it's correct, and we'll send you over all the details. I think there's some different kind of tickets you can get, like general, you can go CEO, go VIP. Guys, I'm going to be there. Like I said, I built a 9-figure business in a few years. They've been crushing it in the martial arts space. This is all coming together in one. It's dangerous. Nothing's ever been done like this before. This is an event. I don't even care if I was in martial arts or in business. Just the fact to be around 2 great winners, I'd buy the ticket anyways. Okay, but if you guys go down and you fill out the information below, just click on that little link in the description box. Fill out your information. We'll send you over all the details. I can't wait to personally meet you, and I know Rise USA can't wait to meet you. Guys, let's get back to the video.
And so I told someone the other day, hey, we're opening up 12 schools in about 18 months.
That's amazing.
And this person I was talking to has one. He's been open for 30 years. Been trying to do the second one for 30 years. Can't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you going to do that? Once you have the formula and the passion behind it, and you know your mission, it's literally just about go.
Yeah.
Right? It's even the fact of meeting you, which is a couple days ago. I've already been here twice now in that period of time. And most people just won't take the action towards it. So not only are we going to be teaching people, and I don't believe in theory teaching. Yeah. Right? Like, I don't want to teach you how to defend yourself against a theory. I want something that's been proven. Yeah. I don't want you to run your business that way. Yeah. Right, exactly.
Yeah,
right?
I always say applicant teachers, like you've done it. So you're the person who's immensely qualified to teach that specialized skill because you did it. And most people are out telling people how to do it, and they haven't really done themselves. Yeah, if you had never sold your business, you shouldn't be out telling people how to sell business. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say something. This is super important. Who's this for?
That's a great question.
If they're watching this,
so this is for people.
This event we're doing here at the Lions Inn.
1,000%. This is for people who are martial artists right now who are teaching somewhere or want to teach, doing it part-time. Maybe you're doing it full-time for someone else, and you want to run your own business. You already run a martial arts school. You want scale. You might want to sell your business one day, and you don't even know how to build it for that because you have a job, not really a business. So it's for the people who already operate martial arts schools that want to go to the next level. You want to be able to actually have the things that you thought you were going to have when you own a business, which is freedom of time, right? Have a little bit extra money in the bank. You want to go on that vacation you actually want to go on. So, like, how do you actually build that as a business? It's for the people who maybe you actually have success already, and you're just like, what is my next thing, right? What is the next thing? And it's really for the people who've been dreaming about doing this. You know, my dad, I remember I was in Virginia Beach with my aunt and uncle. They were a military family. I was staying there for summer, and I get a call from my dad. It's before cell phones, sir. I get a call from my dad on a landline, right? And I'm 11 years old. My dad's like, hey, I just bought a martial arts school. It's 1991, or I guess at the time. My dad borrowed $10,000 to buy his first martial arts school. and he was going to stop doing his day job and go do this full time. And I remember that call. I'm like, it's kind of a crazy thing. If my dad would have had someone like me in his life at the time, it wouldn't have taken him as long as a day to get there. So we're gonna speed. Look, I've made so many freaking wrong problems, mistakes in business.
Yep.
And you got to think about it. When you're running 24 schools and 3,500 kids in your program, the average person who has 200 people, they takes them 2 decades to catch me. So they're taking all the experience, and they're being here for 2 days. They're gonna get all that poured into them.
Yeah, just compressing time frame.
100%.
What are the questions that a lot of people have? Like how much capital does it take? Where do you get the money? How to start it? Where should you do it?
Yeah.
Maybe cover just a 10,000 foot view of like, let's go inside, not all the way, but just a little bit, right? I know like teaching like how to build it, right? Teaching like how you build it to sell it.
Right.
Yeah, but like, talk about, a couple common mistakes that people may make when they do it and how you're going to show them how to do it right. And then, some things that you're really going to, maybe a couple tactical things. Because we talked about like you also showing how you instruct inside your deal, which make sure that the retention stays super high and there's not a churn rate.
Well, your product's got to be good, right? And it's got to keep getting better. I'm sure your stuff keeps getting better.
Yeah.
You're not the same thing from 3 years ago.
Level 10 product. No, it has to constantly keep evolving.
Daily. And I think that's one mistake is people think they have a good product, but they haven't evaluated it in a year.
And if the cash isn't going up, the product's not getting better.
100%.
Because the market will tell you when you have a good product.
And so some mistakes are this. Most people haven't figured out how to make money doing the thing they love, which is teaching martial arts.
It's huge.
So they add something new, which is the last thing you should do, not the first thing. So they add aftercare because they can bust kids to them, and that's how they're making the money. Guess what? They hate their life because they're daycare now. Yeah. And they wanted to be a martial arts teacher. Now they're babysitting. We didn't have that. Right? So a lot of people who say they make all these millions of dollars running martial arts programs, they're daycare centers. Now, hey, you're making money, great, but you're telling people you do martial arts. And it's not the program I put my kids in because it's not real. It's a camp, not a program, right?
I love it.
So we ran martial arts schools, and we're passionate about impacting kids' lives through that.
Yep.
And so that is one thing I think is people don't know how to make the money, so then they add things. They add gimmicks.
Yep.
Gimmicks don't give you sustainability.
No.
All right.
So you're just gonna give them the play on how to set it up, and
100%.
then if they run it this way, they'll kill it. Now, y'all's relationship? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah. So I started. My name's Cameron Smith, but I started martial arts when I was 9 years old. With Aaron here, actually, what got me started in martial arts was the Karate Kid movie, the remake of it with Jaden Smith in it and Jackie Chan, and I thought originally when I was going to start, it was going to be just a after school activity to do, just something to kind of keep me busy, keep me out of trouble, that kind of stuff. But ended up really kind of discovering more of who I am and,
built an identity.
Yeah, built an identity through it. Like you said, I was a misfit. I was a band kid. I was a music nerd. So I was.
He had these big glasses.
I didn't have big glasses. He keeps telling everybody I had
That's
glasses.
That's what he was,
but yeah, I was in music, so I did, band, choir all throughout middle school, high school. I was actually going to go to college to go into music education originally, and I was already teaching at the martial arts school with Aaron here, and we went to a trip to, I think it was Houston.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, it was my first trip that I've gone to.
First plane trip.
A plane.
Yep.
And I remember standing in the airport and me and him are having a conversation, and he just asked me like, "Hey, what are my goals? Like, what do I want to do? Is this something that I want to pursue?" And we just kind of like talked about it back and forth. I'd never really thought about martial arts being a career for me, just like anybody. Like, can you really make money doing karate, right? So we had a conversation about it, and ultimately, obviously, I already trusted him because I've been with him for so many years at that point. And what was the comment you made? You said something about he's going to push me to be my best, and he's going to constantly look for people that can be better, that can go above and beyond, provide the best for our customers. But my job is to be irreplaceable, be so good at what I do that nobody can take my spot, and I can be the number one guy. Yeah. Still till this day, that still sticks with me. I mean, we're talking almost 10 years later that we've had that conversation.
It's amazing.
And that still stuck with me. So that became my thing is, be irreplaceable, be irreplaceable. So not only was I committed to being the best instructor that I could be on the floor, I wanted to learn every aspect of the business that I could, short of actually being the owner itself. So I wanted to know sales. I wanted to know marketing. I wanted to know how to manage a team, how to manage people.
You want to treat it like it's your own business.
Yeah, treat it like it's my own business at a young age, too.
Yeah.
Which,
and fast forward those 10 years, I have about $2 million in education invested in him. People think of how college is expensive.
Yeah.
He met his wife actually at a event we went to, being in the right environment.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've been married 2 years now, right?
Yep, 2.5 years.
He's moved 5 times now, following me, chasing the stream with me.
5 times in the last 2 years.
And everybody's like,
That's the way it works.
People that I coach in the space of martial arts are like, oh, how do I find a Cameron? How do I find a Travis? How do I find these people? I was like, you build them.
Yeah, you build them, and you be a great leader.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but
And
you build them. That's what
you build them, right? But and he has to do his part. He has to lean into it. He has to want it. But the reality is like everyone can do this. And I think the biggest thing is, I see this in sports. They talk about, I want to be the head coach of a team. The head coach becomes a manager of people. You're not coaching the team, and as far as like nuts and bolts of the plays, you're coaching the people as far as being high level achievers. And that's what you're doing here all the time, right? Like you're attracting people here, but your job is to push these people not just on the tactical, but also like their big vision and dreams. And if you stop dreaming, they're gonna stop.
Yeah.
You know, you're pushing every single day.
Yeah.
Right? You're getting up, you're making guys, or you don't make them, I'm sure they want to do it, maybe. I don't know, the cold plunge thing in the morning. I was hearing the guys talk about it today,
Yeah, we're
right?
Elliott.
Like,
I mean, that's just what we do.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a culture. It's a
Yeah.
tribe.
Yeah,
And
we don't
that's what
have
great
to-
martial arts business does, you know?
Yeah, nobody has to say, you know, hey, do you want to, you know, come on, man, you know,
Yeah.
follow the core values.
Yeah.
It's like they signed up because they always wanted to be around people that had core values.
Yeah.
And most of these people in the beginning, they were just like me. They didn't, but we always wanted this life. And so I think that's a big thing. I think anybody watching this, you know, some of the, again, you're a coach.
Right.
Okay,
100%.
you're a coach. You guys are coaches. Everybody watching this is a coach. Some of you are wanting to build something and you want to be ambitious and you want to be innovative. I will tell you, the self-development industry right now, for the specialized skill space, is $1 billion a day industry.
Yes.
I want to tell everybody watching this right now, if you love martial arts, you know, jiu-jitsu, grappling, I mean, there's all kinds of, like,
There's a lot of them out there for sure.
thousands of different types of fighting styles. You know, I would tell you, and even if you don't, and you're like, I'd like to get involved in something like that one day, totally makes the greatest people ever. Totally. It's just the most amazing thing. It's a very humbling thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also it's a thing you feel very proud of yourself
Yeah.
in. What if you could fall in love with something, or what if you love something that you're currently doing it, and you were just like, how do I do what I love and make money?
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I love sales. How could I do what I love and make really good money in sales, but live by the core values, the standards, the things that I wanted? And, you know, I went and built my own business, and honestly, I never imagined I could have the life that I have today. I'm so glad I went to that first training, that seminar, that event. I was around the right people. If you've been going to events, if you've been around the right people, that's great. If you're not where you want to be at in life, you're one speaker away. I always tell people, you're one speaker away. You're
1,000. Yes.
one conversation away, one event away from everything totally transforming in your life. So, guys, 2025, it's going to be such an incredible year. I would tell you, if you're looking to transform, to change, to learn about business, I mean, honestly, I'm sure whatever you're going to teach from A to Z on how to build these martial art businesses and crush and kill, I'm pretty sure that information, even if I was in a real estate space, I could probably take and apply 80% of it to real estate. It's the truth, okay? But he did it his way. They exited their company. They did really well, and he's about to attack and do it again on a whole nother level. He's going to give you the strategies, the plays. We're going to be here together. Everything that I've done in my company internally, I mean, we generate 1,500 leads a day organically. You know, I don't use paid media and all these different things. All that stuff I'm going to be teaching. Also, how to build the infrastructure to scale quick. I love fast wins. I'm just addicted to it. You know, it's maybe my ADD or whatever. I want fast wins. I want them now. And, you know, I know the whole world wants them now, but yet I keep seeing people and they just stay the same. I want to grow. I want to make 2025 the most greatest year of my life. I have a really good feeling that some of you right now, this is going to be your greatest year ever, but not by hope and not by accident, but because you decided to take action and make a decision to come to this event. So, guys, there's a link down in the description box below. It's very simple. You just click on it, fill out the information, and then we'll send you over all the details, the date, the time, when it'll be. You'll be here in Scottsdale, Arizona with us. It is going to be amazing. It'll be transformation. It'll be life-changing, okay? So whether you're directly like, oh, man, like, you know, dang, I'm not in martial arts, you know, so maybe this isn't the event for me. Come. Okay, fill out the information below. Get your ticket. Come here with us. Bring your team. If you're in this space, oh, my gosh, you'll be a threat to the industry. You'll scale. You'll grow quick when you leave here. I always say there's the day you're born, the day you die, and the day your life changes forever. You'll literally be like, okay, all right, I get it now. Let's go. And then boom, you have the biggest year of your life, and all because you made the decision to come to one event. And dude, I still remember the event, and my whole life changed. It changed everything in my life. Every one of them, I had a good ROI. Every training that I've ever gone to, I've had a good ROI.
Yeah.
But there was that one that changed.
I was going to say something real fast on that. You just made a comment. Here's the key differentiator. All right. So my last year in business, we did $7 million in revenue, just teaching martial arts. All right. One of the secrets that I did is I didn't go to the events by myself. A lot of the owners are going to these events, and they're not in the conference. They're out and playing. I brought my entire. I had 54 full-time staff members. I take my whole team.
Yep.
Okay. And they're like, "How can you afford it? How can you afford not to?" And they want to know, how does Aaron do all this stuff? Because the best train the most. And we're trained on getting better at not just karate. But we're getting better at teaching. We're getting better at how to sell. We're getting better at communicating. We're getting better at service. Right? And because
you're just a pro. You're professional.
Yes. So don't bring yourself to hang out because you want to meet the man right here, which that's exciting. That's one of the reasons. But bring everybody. Bring your whole people. And if this is a small business, you got your kids working with you, bring everybody. My son's going to be here. I can't wait for him to meet you.
Yes.
Right?
And I want to follow that too. I'm glad he said that, because at the end of the day, an individual can be beat, but a team can't be beat. And I went to, like this example, I went to the vault and we trained for 3 days with Patrick Bet-David. I shut my company down. My company does $300,000 to $500,000 a day. I shut it down for 3 days. You got to understand, like shutting a company down for 3 days, it's a tough decision when you think small.
100.
But because I have the abundance mindset, I shut it down. I brought 140 people from my company to the vault. We spent $500,000, and
and small thinkers are going to see the money you're missing, right? That's what they're like. Oh, you didn't make this much money. They're calculating that because they're small thinking.
Dude, you're adding, and you have no idea how to multiply.
Yeah.
And what I did is that I had my team listen to the same message that Patrick Bet-David delivered, right? And they all heard it. So when I come home, I didn't have to resell it to anybody or explain it. Everybody was on the same page. It was like as we entered the Lion's Den and came back home, there was 100 of us that came into the company, and immediately, it was like it was over.
Yeah.
There was no meeting to even be had. Guys,
Yeah.
we heard the information. Everybody get it? Any questions? Let's go.
Love that.
It would have taken me a year, one-on-one,
And you would have forgotten things.
Articulate my words and explain it. But they were there. They got to be in the emotion. They got to be in the excitement. They get to feel it. And dude, for a couple grand, they went home and just destroyed it. So I just want to tell every single one of you, I love you guys. Come be with us and Rise USA. It's going to be held in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is a beautiful place.
Gorgeous here, yes.
Warm weather. It's going to be in February, so we're going to have warm weather. It's going to be a great time to get away. Scottsdale's a gorgeous place. It's going to be held in the Lion's Den, which is the Elliott Army facility. We're going to make it super special. We're going to do it here. I believe it's going to be set up as a 2-day event. 1 day, all teaching on the business aspects, and number 2, like role play stuff like that. Like you're going to teach like what you're doing inside of these.
We have a lineup that is crazy.
Yeah,
we got awesome people.
It's going to be nuts. So most importantly, fill out the information below, guys. We'll send you over all the details. And the rest will be history. We love you guys. We'll see you in Arizona.
Let's do it.
You guys.
Thank you
So much. This event's going to be crazy. It's going to be a smaller, couple hundred people, intimate. I love that, where we can ask questions, answer any questions, and honestly, you'll leave and you'll never be the same again. So love you guys. We'll see you at the event, and have a blessed day. Make sure you fill out your information, name, phone number, email, and we'll send you all the details. Let's go. Hey guys, looks like you made it to the end of the video. You're the true 0.0001%ers. Look, I know 1%ers that can make it halfway through the video, but making it all the way through, you guys are the best. Now, here's what I'd like to do. Number 1, I want to get closer to you. The fact that you made it all the way through the video, you're like, man, dude, I want to roll with this guy. Okay, so I need to connect with you. Down below, there's a description box on this YouTube video. There's a link. It says Coach with Me one-on-one, okay? If you'll go and you'll enter your information, I'll reach out to you in the next 24 hours. You can tell me what you need help with, what your goals are, and we will crush it together. I would love to help you guys go to the next level in life. You can tell I'm changing my life really fast, and I know that you guys want the same thing. I'd love to go with you on that journey. So right now, if you'd like to partner with me, team with me, if you want me to help coach you and push you, everybody needs a coach, a higher level of accountability to go to the next level. Go to the description box below, click on the link, fill out your information. I'll talk to you in the next 24 hours. Let's kill it.